You can go ahead.
Mi-kolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishperei Yam. Mi-kolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishperei Yam. Adir b'marom Adonai, 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 Adir b'marom Adonai.
Welcome everybody to Shalvah this week. It's good to be back, and we are at the beginning of our cycle of reading the Torah. So we are reading Parashat Bereshit, the very beginning of Torah, the stories about creation. And in these stories, the earth, especially at the beginning, the earth and the heavens are unformed. There is stuff, but it is not organized in any way. And one of the first things that God does, one of them, is to separate out the waters from the land and create seas, these big gatherings of water. And it says that God gathers up the water as if in heaps, as if the water were a not liquid, but a solid material like sand or something, and gathers it up and makes the seas, and then the land, and then the waters above the land, which are the heavens. So this made me think this week about this Psalm 93, which talks about the power of water. And it compares the power of water with God's power. It says we have so much experience, whether we've been to the ocean or to a big lake or even to a rushing river, we experience the power of water. When water is flowing, it has the power to carve channels in rock. It has the power to create electricity. It has the power, when it floods, to destroy, power to wash away that which humans build. So water has an incredible power, and that power was known in ancient times. And so what the psalmist does here is say that we're going to compare now the mighty water, the sound of rushing water, which is so great. When we're at the sea, we can see the waves coming in, crashing on the shore, the breakers crashing, and we can't even hear ourselves because the sound is so loud, the power is so great. And then the psalmist says, there's a power above that power. Above that mighty power of the water that we see in our world, there's a power above that. That's the power of God. God's power, the power of Adonai, is lifted up far beyond the power of water that we see in the world. And this week, I'm really thinking about all that keeps assailing us in the world, all of the rush of everything, the rush of news, the rush of controversy, the rush of people yelling and screaming, having different opinions of each other, from each other, and how much sound that makes and how much power there seems to be in that rush of all the things that humans do, all the things that humans create, the kinds of conflict that we live with and live through. It's like that power of the water. It's like the breakers crashing on the shore, that power lashing into us again and again, this sort of storm that surrounds us of human affairs. And here we maybe can hear the message of the psalmist saying, that's a distraction. That's a distraction from what's really important in the world. We get distracted by the power of all of those words, the power of human beings to create controversy, to create conflict. We get distracted by that in the same way that we get distracted by the waves crashing on the shore and the power of water and think that is what there is to the world. And even more, that we're at the mercy of that power, that we can't stand against that power. And so the psalmist wants to remind us there's a power beyond that. There's a power beyond that that we can connect to. The power of the Holy One, the power of the divine is a power that takes us away. It refocuses our attention away from the distraction of physical power, power of nature, away from the distraction of human power that seeks to control others, and says there's another place we can go. And in that place, those other powers can't really touch us because there's a greater power that makes for calm, that makes for peace, that makes us able to appreciate the teachings of Torah that teach us about kindness, about compassion, about justice, about equality, about the things that the storm of human affairs can distract us from, make us think aren't important. There, in that calm, above it all, above the power of water, above the storm, in that place, we can really connect with what's really true, with the things that are really at the core of our lives. And that's the place that we seek. So we can appreciate the power of nature, the power of water, the power of human affairs that we see around us. But sometimes, at least, we need to refocus and to get to that place of calm where we can see that there's a power above that, a power we can tap into that helps us connect with what's most important in our lives.
Thank you, Rabbi Zeff. So first, before we start um, the mindfulness portion of what we're going to do today, I think we'll start with some breathing exercises, or just one where we just count to 5 and inhale, and then exhale for 5 counts. So I'll count for us. So if you can close your eyes, if you're comfortable with that, and feel your feet on the floor, feel your hands resting comfortably on your lap, and feel yourself sitting in your chair. Be aware that you're sitting. And breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pausing here, noticing how you might already feel a little bit different than you did before we did that. Water is always changing things, and we are always changing moment to moment. No matter how difficult something feels in one moment, we can be assured that it will be different. So, Continuing with our eyes closed if you're comfortable, or if you prefer to have your soft gaze on the floor a few feet in front of you. Starting with a scan of our bodies today to see how our bodies are showing up to this afternoon. Starting at the very top of our head, feeling the hair on our head, keeping us warm if we've got that. Traveling over our foreheads, feeling whether there's tension in our foreheads today. If there is, trying to relax it, let that go. Continuing over your eyelids, your temples, the tops of your cheeks, the muscles around your mouth, letting them be slack, your chin, your jaw, letting everything relax. The back of your head is feeling like a wave of breath and release over the entire back of your skull, just letting any tension that you're aware of go in that area of your body. Any tension around your ears, just gently letting go of that. Into your neck, where the back of your skull meets your neck, and down to your shoulders, your throat, the muscles in your trapezius area, the tops of your shoulders and torso. Really taking a nice deep breath into that place, or any place that we've passed where you find a lot of holding. Becoming aware of your chest as you're breathing. If there's any constriction there, just noticing it, noticing what happens when you notice it. Can you let that go a little bit? Continuing down your whole torso, front and back. Breath like a wave over your back muscles, in your belly, letting all of the muscles in your belly go. And feeling how luxurious it feels just to relax. All the way to your seat. Continuing to scan for holding and release wherever you're holding. Down the tops of your thighs and the backs of your thighs, your hamstring muscles. Letting those areas have breath. Your knees, softening. Your calf muscles. Shins, ankles, the tops of your feet. See if you can really feel them all the way from your ankles to your toes, letting them go. Your heels, the arches of your feet, any tension there, loosening and relaxing that. The balls of your feet all the way to the tips of your toes. And back up to your shoulders, because we don't want to neglect those arms. So traveling down your upper arms, inside, outside, relaxing, becoming aware of your body, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, the palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, the entire circumference of each finger, all the way around and to the tips. And now bringing your attention back to your breath and holding an awareness of your entire body as we've just scanned it, and let those waves of breath pass over each part, giving each part a little bit of attention and care. Noticing if you can feel your breath moving through parts of your body where you don't normally feel it. Can you feel your waves of breath moving in your chest, in your belly? Can you feel those waves of inhalation moving in your arms? Can you feel those inhalations moving your legs? Can you become aware of how your whole body is affected by your breathing? Noticing how your body is feeling now. How, again, it may be feeling different than it was when we began this scan. And with this increased awareness of our bodies, taking a couple of minutes to just focus on our breath. Paying really close attention to the details, not trying to change our breath, just noticing what it's like right now. Is it shallow or deep? Where are you feeling it the most? And if your attention wanders away from your breath to thoughts or feelings, noticing that gently and with a lot of patience for yourself, just gently, kindly bringing your attention back to your breathing. Again, just noticing where your breathing is happening most prominently, where you feel it most prominently. And with all the kindness and all the patience, infinite wells of patience, when your body or when your breath becomes not the focus and you're thinking or feeling, just gently bringing it back. It's always okay. It's always okay to be distracted, and in fact, it's an opportunity because that's when you notice that you've become distracted, that's real awareness and awakeness. We learn where our thought patterns go and what we're feeling when we notice that we've become distracted from our breathing. Taking a couple of more moments of just noticing our breath. Continuing to keep your eyes closed or a downward gaze, starting to bring awareness back into your body, noticing all the points of contact, your seat, your hands and feet, your eyelids covering your eyes, all the points of contact we might not notice when we're not paying quite as much attention. I'm feeling grateful for the relief of just being right here. Resting in this moment. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. Take a little stretch if you feel like it. And then you can join me in singing, carrying that thread of breath into this chant of waves, water. Mi-kolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpereyam, Mi-kolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpereyam, Adir bamarom Adonai, 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 Adir bamarom Adonai.
Thank you for being with us today, and I hope you can take the calm of this time, this little break in your day, and take yourself to that place of calm, place above the crash of the breakers, a place where you can find the true center of what our lives are really about.
Thank